Assalamu alaikum. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Now we will start Surah number 72, Al-Jinn, which means the spirits. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Say, it has been revealed to me that a company of jinns listened to the Quran. They said, we have really heard a wonderful recital. It gives guidance to the right, and we have believed therein. We shall not join in worship any gods with our Lord. And exalted is the majesty of our Lord. He has taken neither a wife nor a son. There were some foolish ones among us who used to utter extravagant lies against Allah. But we do think that no man or jinn should say anything that is untrue against Allah. Truly, there were persons among mankind who took shelter with persons among the jinns, but they increased them in further error. And they came to think, as you thought, that Allah would not raise up anyone to judgment, and we pried into the secrets of heaven, but we found it filled with stern guards and flaming fires. We used indeed to sit there in hidden situations to steal a hearing, but any who listens now will find a flaming fire watching him in ambush. And we understand not whether ill is intended to those on earth, or whether their Lord really intends to guide them to right conduct. There are among us some that are righteous, and some the contrary. We follow divergent paths, but we think that we can by no means frustrate Allah throughout the earth, nor can we frustrate him by flight. And as for us, since we have listened to the guidance, we have accepted it, and any who believes in his Lord has no fear either of a short account or of any injustice. Amongst us are some that submit their wills to Allah, and some that swerve from injustice, and some that swerve from justice. Now those who submit their wills, they have sought out the path of right conduct. But those who swerve, they are but fuel for hellfire. And Allah's message is, if the pagans had only remained on the right way, we should certainly have bestowed on them rain in abundance, that we might try them by that means. But if any turns away from the remembrance of his Lord, he will cause him to undergo a severe chastisement. And the places of worship are for Allah alone, so invoke not anyone along with Allah. Yet when the devotee of Allah stands forth to invoke him, they just make around him a dense crowd. Say, I do no more than invoke my Lord, and I join not with him any false god. Say, it is not in my power to cause you any harm, or to bring you to right conduct. Say, no one can deliver me from Allah if I were to disobey him, nor should I find refuge except in him, unless I proclaim what I receive from Allah and his messages. For any that disobey Allah and his messenger, for them is hell, they shall dwell therein forever. At length, when they see with their own eyes that which they are promised, then will they know who is it that is weakest in his helper, and least important in point of numbers. Say, I know not whether the punishment which you are promised is near, or whether my Lord will appoint it a distant term. He alone knows the unseen, nor does he make anyone acquainted with his mysteries, except a messenger whom he has chosen. And then he makes a band of watchers march in front of him and behind him, that he may know that they have truly brought and delivered the messages of their Lord. And he encompasses all that is with them, and takes account of every single thing. Now we will start Surah Al-Muzzammil, which is Surah number 73. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Al-Muzzammil means the enfolded one. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. O you folded in garments, stand to prayer by night, but not all night, half of it or a little less. or a little more, and recite the Quran in slow, measured, rhythmic tones. Soon shall we send down to you a weighty message. Truly, the rising by night is most potent for governing the soul and most suitable for framing the word of prayer and praise. Truly, there is for you by day prolonged occupation with manifold duties, but keep in remembrance the name of your Lord and devote yourself to Him wholeheartedly. He is Lord of the East and the West. There is no God but He. Take Him, therefore, for your disposer of affairs, and have patience with what they say, and leave them with noble dignity. And leave me alone to deal with those in possession of the good things of life, who yet deny the truth, and bear with them for a little while. With us are fetters to bind them, and a fire to burn them, and a food that chokes, and a chastisement grievous. One day the earth and the mountains will be in violent commotion, and the mountains will be as a heap of sand, poured out and flowing down. We have sent to you, O men, a messenger to be a witness concerning you, even as we sent a messenger to Pharaoh. But Pharaoh disobeyed the messenger, so we seized him with a heavy punishment. Then how shall you, if you deny Allah, guard yourselves against a day that will make children hoary headed? मतलब तुम उस दिन से कैसे बच सकते हो जो दिन बच्चों को बूढ़ा कर देगा. Whereon the sky will be cleft asunder, his promise needs must be accomplished. Surely this is an admonition, therefore whoso will, let him take a straight path to his Lord. Your Lord does know that you stand forth to prayer near 2/3 of the night, or half the night, or a third of night, and so does a party of those with you. But Allah does appoint night and day in due measure. He knows that you are unable to keep count thereof, so He has turned to you in mercy. Read therefore of the Quran as much as may be easy for you. He knows that there may be some among you in ill health, others traveling through the land seeking of Allah's bounty, yet other fighting in Allah's cause. Read therefore as much of the Quran as may be easy for you, and establish regular prayer and give zakat, and loan to Allah a beautiful loan. And whatever good you sent forth for your souls, you shall find it in Allah's presence. Yes, better and greater in reward. And seek the grace of Allah, for Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. यहाँ पे हमारी सूरह अल-मुज़म्मिल ख़त्म हो गई है. अगर हम सूरह जिन के टॉपिक्स प्रीवियसली देखें तो इसमें एक जिन्नों की पार्टी का जिक्र आया है जिन्होंने कुरान सुना और कुरान से चीज़ें अखज़ कर ली और समझा और ये रियलाइज़ कर लिया कि अल्लाह ताला वाहिद ही हक है और उसके साथ शिर्क शदीद बड़ा गुनाह है. फिर सूरह अल-मुज़म्मिल में अल्लाह ताला ने अब बात कही, ओ यू फोल्डेड इन गारमेंट्स स्टैंड अप टू प्रेयर बाय नाइट. बताया रात में उठ के आप नमाज पढ़ें. फिर बताया इतनी पढ़ लें, इतनी पढ़ लें, इतनी पढ़ लें. एंड में कहा जितनी आसानी हो उतनी पढ़ लें. और ये बताया गया कि क़यामत के दिन से डराया गया. क़यामत के दिन कितना सख्त होगा जो कि बच्चों को बूढ़ा कर देगा. ऑन द डे ऑफ जजमेंट यंग चिल्ड्रन विल हैव ग्रे हेयर बिकॉज ऑफ द हैवीनेस ऑफ द डे. यहाँ पे हमारी सूरह अल-मुज़म्मिल और सूरह जिन ख़त्म हो गई है. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम सूरत नंबर 74 अल-मुदस्सिर से कंटिन्यू करेंगे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.